And we're talking evening storms again today.
Again, yeah, another round as we go around and even after sunset. So it's going to be another one of those spooky setups where we could have those nighttime, hard to see other than flashes of lightning tornado risks, especially now in southern Iowa, especially to the southwest, as we talk about the tornado threat later on today. Right now, taking a live look from our West Des Moines sky cam, you've seen the trees move around, the fountain, always a good wind vane to really get a good depiction of how strong those winds are. It's blasting that water very efficiently with how strong these winds are. They are from the south, and that lines up with what we're seeing from our West Des Moines sky cam, but they're starting to pick up even a bit. Here in the metro, around 25-mile-per-hour winds, so the winds are strong right now. Not expected to stick with this intensity. It is in the wake of these storms that pushed over us last night and early this morning. As far as the temperatures currently are in the mid 60s, some 50s farther, especially west and northwest. We are going to recover, seeing more of these 70s return, and then we'll be knocking the door of 80 degrees. Not expected to get that here in the metro, but we'll be close at least, and that's going to be warm enough to help support these storms. The storm energy is going to be moving back in. So yes, we have the storms over us and showers over us over parts of the state right now. Those are going to be drying out, and we are going to recover, allowing for our air to still hold these storms. And that shade of yellow to white, that's going to be medium to high storm energy, not extreme storm energy, but still going to be enough. And there are also other characteristics in the atmosphere that will play a role to favor strong storm development later on this evening. Right now, satellite and radar, still some of these showers right on that southern border and going to the eastern portion of the state. But overall, we are drying out. But this just goes to show you how much of a struggle these future models, these future radar models are starting to really not quite agree with what's going on right now, expecting a lot more based off what you can see on the screen. That's just not happening currently. There are some showers, yes. Either way, we are drying things out. That's what this model predicts, and that's what is going to happen throughout the morning. We'll dry things out even more. And then as we get into the afternoon, we'll have these storms start to push in. They are still going to be moving into favorable conditions, so they are expected to continue as we get to 7 o'clock, starting to see still mainly west of I-35 and along and south of I-80. That's the problem spots as we talk about 7 p.m. Then going into around 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, these storms still surging. They are going to favor, again, the southern portion of the state, areas south of I-80. North of, still looking at thunderstorms, but the severe weather threat really continues to dip the farther north you go. And then by around midnight, they are going to be pushing out to the east. That 3 out of 5 chance for severe weather, it is over central and especially southwestern Iowa. That's where we are going to see the strongest threat, talking Atlantic, Crescent, Lamoni, down towards Mount Ayr. Yet again, places around that southwestern quadrant of the state. We are keeping an eye on pretty much all modes of severe weather. That high wind, that gust threat is still going to be possible, along with that heavy rain down to the south. Over the next 24 hours, we're still looking at inches of rain potentially, so that flood threat is going to be highest down that way, along with the highest storm threat. Through the rest of today, going into the rest of this week, temperatures are going to be dropping back in the 60s and 70s. Chance of rain returning Thursday and also on Friday.